Not only do I regret ever voting Democrat, I now believe that it has always been a Democratic mission to not only make Black people's lives worse than it has ever been through policies and laws, but to also make Black people and to make white people hate Black people even more.
This is an interesting take, and that's because humans operate typically based off of incentive structures. Jeff, what do you mean? Let's put this into the context that he's talking about. If you pay attention to the Democratic Party, a majority of the issues they talk about are people who are victims. They tell you you're a victim and they victimize you, and then they sell you on the fact that they have the solution to your victimization. Hey, those white people, those are pissed, and we're gonna fight these people for you, so vote for us. Hey, the reason you're not doing well and the reason you're struggling financially is because the system is against you because you're Black and those Republicans are holding you down. Vote for us Democrats. But here's the thing, since Democrats have made most of their issues about victimization, it actually doesn't help Democrats if Black people start doing better and don't need a savior. But if you can keep Black people thinking white people are, and you can keep Black people thinking that you're the one who is going to fight, you can keep Black people voting for you. If Black people stay in broken homes and we continue to not make money, we continue to stay overweight, we continue to fail in many of these very important categories, that allows the Democrats to continue to point at history, white people, and racism. And they can present themselves as the savior to that problem, or the ones who will provide a solution, the solution to that problem. But again, they're not actually incentivized to solve the problem for Black people. They're actually...
Yes, I'm impressed seeing people waking up. For a very long time, Democrats played this game. But in 2025, a lot of people realized the mistake they have been making in a long time. When you take a look at this guy at the beginning of this video, I decided to go through his TikTok account to see the kind of videos he put out. I realized he did a lot of work for the Democrat Party. He sees himself like he has been stupid all through. It is important I show you some videos, but before we proceed, let's continue with this video.
But again, they're not actually incentivized to solve the problem for Black people. They're actually incentivized to keep Black people struggling. And they actually are incentivized to get white people towards Black people. If there's plenty of racism to go around, Democrats have something they can continually run on. And it makes their job easy because they don't have to show results. They don't have to really be accountable to the things that they're not doing, because they can say, hey, those other people don't like you because your skin color, we do. And Black people run and line up to go vote for that. Many of us have not woken up to this yet. Also think about this. When do you see Democrats talking about personal accountability and decision making? When do you see Democrats saying, hey, you have the power to make better decisions and you need to do that? You need to stop playing so many video games and relaxing and go work and learn some skills that can make you money. When do you see Democrats saying, hey, you need to go get in the gym, you need to walk, you need to stay in shape? They don't talk about that. Because again, the more Black people are struggling, the more Democrats can be the savior. And the more they can blame it on the history of the white man and racism. Which again, if Black people are blinded by racism, Democrats really don't have to produce anything. They can just say those other people don't like you because of your skin color, so vote for us. And like I said, we go run and line up at the polls to do it. We need to wake up.
This is beautiful. This is a playbook of the Democrat Party. For a very long time, they have been doing this. And I'm impressed that a lot of people are waking up to this. They understand exactly what they have been doing. Reason, during the elections, they were complaining, oh, a lot of Black people are going for Trump. Because they now see the truth. They see the games they have been playing. There is something more concerning with Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi suggests white suburban attendees should show up to the game in brownface with a Latin accent to mess with the Trump administration. They should paint their face black. Do you know that this is something more concerning? Take a look at this video.
You're always funny too, Whoopi.
You know, one thing I thought of though, you know, Christine Nome, the one with the dog.
Cricket.
Cricket, yeah.
Puppy.
Who does that? Who shoots a puppy? Only her. Anyway, she's threatening to go to the Super Bowl when Bad Bunny is there and round up all these people that are illegal. Do you think that she would go if it was Garth Brooks or Eminem or Taylor Swift or any other white person?
Let me understand what you're saying, because she's going to go to the Super Bowl and round up. How's she going to know who's who?
Because the Supreme Court has given permission to question anyone who has a Spanish accent, who has a dark skin.
Yeah.
So here's
That's
the
why.
thing. Here's the thing. everybody get a little cocoa butter, sit in the sun. That's the first thing. and this is the only time you can probably ever do this, give yourself a Latin accent.
You know, Whoopi, that is such a good idea.
And see if she can tell who's who.
Who do you think are buying Super Bowl tickets? I can't afford a Super Bowl ticket.
During the Nazi occupation, there was one country, I believe it was Denmark or Norway, one of those, where everybody put the R on, and they didn't know who was not.
Because
so what you're saying is very smart.
Well, I love how the comedy was what started President Trump's run. If you guys remember at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, it was a joke that he couldn't quite take, and he
tripping down the stairs.
No, not that one. But and here we are. But when we talk about how much comedy gets under the president's skin, it just makes me laugh a little bit because sometimes you read the paper these days and it's like they're writing The Onion, you know, like how it's
and then
the
it's
headlines.
real.
No, it's like really real. It's like you laugh and then you realize it's not funny and all of the things. But it's because like Trump wants to host a UFC fight for his 80th birthday. That literally sounds like he's writing an SNL sketch. Like, that's actually true, you guys.
It is true?
Yes.
At the White House.
He wants to do, like, my dad had an 80th birthday.
Is he participating in it?
I don't know, but, like, who for your 80th birthday?
How many more years is that? 2 more? He'll be gone.
No, I think it's next year.
He'll be impeached.
A lot of people are condemning this video. What Whoopi said here is concerning. You know, for a very long time, The View has always been doing this. Issue of racism has always been a center of discussion on their table. Skin color issues. Now putting out this, what is this supposed to mean? Like, if you are an illegal, you are an illegal. They don't care. They don't look at your skin color. So they're struggling to portray it like it's a skin color issue. It's something I don't understand. If majority of the crimes are being committed by people with my color, why should the law not take its place? Why should it be an issue? Oh, the Supreme Court has given power to these people to do this, to do that. It's crazy, right? I did a couple of videos about this topic. We decided like, oh, we are bringing in ICE in this location. It has been a controversial topic to Democrats. It should not be controversial. Yeah. If you are a tourist, you will obviously have your papers and your passport. Yeah, to attend, nobody would refuse that. You should not do that if you have the money to pay. Going into a location like this, obviously should be aware that things like this can happen. It should not be something controversial
I've ever heard in my life.
Sure. I want to appreciate people that are constantly supporting me, sharing out my videos. If you don't understand how I speak, you can always read. There are things I say, I will put it on for people who don't understand how I talk. So please bear with me. God bless you abundantly. Please share the videos. And as of the short clips at the end, that is for the YT algorithm.
Taylor Swift is not hot anymore.
And that we needed to play. And I think it's SOT 31. Stand him, Glenn. J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American Armed Forces, you should have to be in shape. There should be a bare minimum of fitness.
Give interviews. I don't do that.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah.
President Obama
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of...
Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by.
Does not have a right to have a television show where
to spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not all the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle, he's not wrong about that last...